You unmuted the mic this time. That's good. Well, hello. We're here again for the second time. Think we're building the same printer twice, but we're actually not. Yeah, if you may or may not know the last stream, I thought I was building the CR-10s, and now I am actually building the CR-10s. It was a bit of a mix-up with the old orderings, but it's here now. We're good. Also, I'm going to just say that song is mint. Like, I really love that song. It's Shirk, and it's gone off. I've forgotten it. Yeah, I'm going to find it now, just because I'm not going to look like an idiot if I don't announce what it was. It is Shirk, spelled S-H-I-R-K. Things Fall Apart, which is a really good. It is also a really good metaphor for my stream as well. But anyway, yes. We's in it. We's good. So, okay, we'll just start off like we did before, and not have my scissors. Where the hell? I had them. Oh, there they are. The old. Cut this bugger open, and then we'll see what it's like inside. Oh, do that, and it'll fall on the floor, and then I shall cry a lot. But yes, now the CR-10s was supposed to come with a number of things, or shall I say the A10s, which was the CTC version of it. Was supposed to come. It's supposed to be like a equivalent to this, which it isn't, because it's like missing loads of stuff, which I put in a big long comment underneath the last stream. And wasn't impressed at all. That's on its way back to the seller, because it was both missing the part cooling fan, just to sum things up. The part cooling fan, the oh, for goodness sake, man. One sec. Kids, don't do this. If there are kids watching. There we go. Yeah, it was missing the part cooling fan, which is a pretty integral part if you're going to be doing mainly PLA prints, which I intend to do on this printer, or that printer, this and that printer. And it was also, the filament holder was different. I like the one that actually is attached to the control box, because it elevates it slightly. That was missing. Well, it wasn't missing, it was like a weird standalone one with like CTC written on it. Come on, you bugger! Around the curtain. And then that light is now in the way. Oh, bugger me. Excuse me, Mr. Light. There we are. I thought I'd put the lights on because it's incredibly dull today, even though I've got the window right here. It's dull as all hell. But yeah, no, also the lead screw on the right hand side, there's two lead screws on the both the CR-10s and the A10s. And it just jammed up after so long. I can show you the print actually. Hang on. Put it in here. I mean, to be fair to the printer, it was actually not doing badly. It was actually doing fairly well. It was a hell of a game to stick because it wouldn't level properly. It's been like multiple hours, well not hours, multiple tries to get it to level properly. Started actually alright. The quality's not actually that bad. It's pretty good, especially for a clone. But as you can see, it just got so, no you can't see because I'm aiming it wrong. It just got so far and then it was just detached from the build plate because the lead screw jammed and it couldn't physically go any higher and was just dragging it around the bed, which is not ideal at all. So that's definitely on its way back now. See, this is it's things. Doesn't come with the actual. Well, it does. It probably does come with it. I mean, that's the wrong word. It doesn't come pre-assembled with the things in, which is different. Is that detachable? That's detachable. Actually, do you know what? Look, let's just get the thing out first. I've got room on my chair. I hope so. I really need more. That's lighter. I think that's actually lighter than the one. I think. But then again, placebo effect and all that. Move that there. Hopefully that will stay in place for at least a moment. Yeah, pretty similar setup though. Comes with the whatever it is, crate, whatever it is, tape. The standard box of tricks. Yeah, see that is one main difference. Can you see a bit? Yeah, you can. This here, the one that I had, you notice it was all hardwired in. These have got these little plugs on them, which is probably preferable because then none of this needs to go in until you're absolutely ready for it. So I didn't have to have the control box like right in the way when I'm trying to build it, which is rather nice indeed. See, that actually has the part cooling fan on that. The one I had just was missing entirely, but nice part cooling fan there. New main control box. We'll get this out first. Put that side there. Try and get it out at least. Obviously, see, this is where the awkward bit comes, where I really need two hands. I've got 2 hands. Really need 3 hands for, but I'm sure we'll manage. Apologies if I just washed something. Go away. Sounds like I'm wrecking the place, doesn't it? Yes. Anyway, I need to specify that as my once again, my uncle and my aunt are absolute wonderful people for getting me this. And basically shouting at the seller that told me the other one, which is quite nice. And then this was actually more expensive, but they're like, no worries, whatever, you go for it. You go, girl, kind of thing, which was really nice of them. So shout out to them. Cyril and Lynn, you know who you are. I'll send you this link later on. You can see me build it then. My uncle's it is club today, so he'll probably be missing. He'll be watching this after the fact. So don't try and answer later on, Sil, because it won't work. So let's get this out. Don't want to break anything. I want to be very careful. See, this actually got Creality written on the front of it, and it does seem like even the controls seem that much more. See, I love this. It's a separate control box. Only need to plug stuff in until like you actually need to. So like this one's all hardwired in, but the two that's connected to the gantry, that kind of thing, is what am I trying to say? Is separate. So then when it comes to actually building the thing, you don't need this in the way. I can put this somewhere else. So get the gantry out. To be fair to him, I mean, to be fair, the company that sold the clone, it's was actually quite well packaged like this is. No. There we go. Remove the foam. This is definitely lighter. Definitely lighter. So whether they've used some done some weight reductions to help with the just to keep it so it's a sturdy, but then it's less weight moving around. It's entirely possible. Or I could be talking out the arse, which is also possible. So put this. Can I put this over? If I slide that in, I'll put this over here for now, so the control box doesn't get boshed, because that would be bad. Right, let's get the other half. Put that. I'm not sure, I'm going to need the space. Put this in here. And you can see what's in the bottom half of it. Well, you've already seen it, but you get the point. That in there. You have to like sort out the. It's just all thrown in a corner at the minute. Right. Come on, Will. Brain power. So we want to excavate. Oh, get in. That's attached. That's attached. That's the other cable. So this should all just come out in one, I think. Yep. Something moved. Oh, it was the Can I like grab the gantry somewhere? Because I don't really like. I like it. Actually has the stress reduction or stress relief part on this, which is, oh god, my light, which is wonderful. No, I just bodged the basically where the, might have to adjust that, but there's a little, one of the little micro switches. When I moved it, I bodged it, so it's moved slightly. I don't think that'll make too much of a difference because it's on the y-axis, but yeah. But yeah, no, this stress reduction part, which is wonderful. So, there's all the nice clips and things. Where the scissors? Let's get through here. Nobody talking. Nobody talking. Nobody's talking. Just don't want to ignore anyone. Which I do tend to have a habit of doing when I get into these things. I don't mean to, honest. So is this a glass bed? I think it is a glass bed as well. So that I'm being... Let's wrap around there as well. I can go in Mr. Bin. Right, is there anything else under here? See, oh, I love that. I absolutely adore that. They're like massive. This one's loose, funnily enough, but I can tighten that up. Righty, tighty, lefty. I don't actually know. I can sort that out. But the actual adjustment wheels are humongous, which is like, that was one thing with the other one. They were tiny, absolutely tiny, and obviously the problem being with that was scratch there slightly. Problem being, I've just noticed that it's not come with the. Pretty sure. They're probably in there actually. No shit. Shut up, Will. Let's just get the box, the rest of the stuff out of the box first before we start spouting rubbish. I was about to say they don't come with the bits because we ordered the blue one, which is not yet. They're in here. Which is, to be honest, is neither here nor there, because you will see hopefully in a future project video of what I plan to do to this thing, which is marvellous, but I'm not saying any more than that. Oh, there they are. Or there, or is that just one long piece? I think it's just one long piece. You just cut it to size. Very good. No, you can go over there for now. I will sort out my mess in a moment. Chinese book? Oh no, it's in English as well. It's a quick start guide. Yeah. Filament, it's just saying about the following picture is the filament test short board. Standard is the filament test wire and filament test short board assembled together as shown below. That must be something to do with the filament. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the, I think I'm going to get a full-size book as well in this, with proper sort of instructions and software and stuff, which is nice. I hope you saw it all that. Yeah, you did. I haven't been like, I really need that monitor there, but I don't have the room. So we'll have that. See, there's the little support pieces. USB, got an USB. We'll probably give it some filament. White PLA. By the looks of it, yeah. PLA 1.75mm white. We'll have a go with that. Looks about 200 grams as well, which is quite a lot actually. Multiple, yeah, they actually give you the right size. I suppose they give you depending on what thing. I only had the, I'm guessing that, I think that's the European one with the round pins. But yeah, they give you a proper kettle lead, so I don't have to use my own, which is nice. What else is there? Oh, there's all the tools and bits and gubbins. A little screwdriver. All in separate little packages. So you can see now, that's the... Oh, what the hell that is. Is that a... Oh, it's a spare nozzle. I think that's a spare nozzle. It doesn't have a nozzle. Yeah, it has a nozzle in it, so it must be a spare nozzle. That's rather good. What's in here? What are you? Ah! That is a nice touch. They give you some really nice clippers, like cutters. I have got some, but they're not as... the handles aren't as big as these ones. So that's very nice, very good indeed. Nothing left in there. I'll put that in there. Over there, got some cable ties for cable management. We got a filament cable. I don't know why you could see that. It's a little cleaning your nozzle if it gets stuck. That's quite good. I might leave that in the bag. That, and you've got some grub screws. I'm going to need those. Oh, those are all the assembly screws. I'm going to need those. I'll leave the cable ties there. Cable ties, I suppose, for after the fact. When you've finished, you can clean up some of where these cables run. What else is there? There's the filament sensor. So you run your filament through that, basically. This slots onto the side. Somewhere. I'll show you when we get to it. And you run your filament through that, and when it runs out, it pauses your print, which is very nice indeed. I really do like that feature. I'll put that in here. We've got a spare PTFE tube, you know what that looks like. A USB card reader, by the looks of things, with an SD card, which is nice. I'll keep that over there. And then, I'll look to that, well, idiot. Yeah, nice. Don't know what it is. 33mm. With just a bag put on the end, I suppose that's just for safety. Spatula. And yeah, this was one of the other main differences. This actually fits to your some way, whatever. I think that nut comes off. Onto your control box over here, somewhere like that. Well, you can see that. But anyway, whereas the other one was like a standalone one, which was cheap as chips. So, and that's not even in a good sense. Normally I say cheap as chips is a good thing. In this case, it was terrible. Did the job, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm nitpicking a little bit. It did do the job quite nicely. But it was just awkward to keep having to unscrew the whole thing to put a new roll of filament on, which is really annoying. So, we need you. What's in here? That's my warranty card, I suppose. You can go back in there. What's you? You're the spare bits. I'm pretty sure that's all the spare parts. I actually got it labelled. Look at that. Like, I'm saying that as if that's the best thing in sliced bread, but it is when you've built one that doesn't actually have any labelling whatsoever on it. So that's all the parts, and that's all the gubbins. Barrel screws. And these are all the... Oh, very nice as well, I've noticed. Yeah, if I can get it out. Little screwdriver. Little blade one, yeah. I'll put that over there. I might end up using my own again, just because it was a bit more convenient. But these are longer. So if I have these out, the actual Allen keys are longer. Like the other ones, they were quite short, which meant things were quite awkward. But I don't think we actually need all of them for the assembly process. I think they're for all different. So basically, you can completely dismantle your printer if you need to, which is very nice indeed. Right. So now we've got parts. I'm going to move this over. I need you. What else do I need? I need. I might need to put these tools down here. And then we'll get assembling. Right, so I suppose the first thing stirs. These are all still clipped on. I suppose I ought to take these and unclip and take the glass part of the bed off just while we assemble, just to make things a bit easier. What I like about these clips as well, seem, again, maybe placebo, so take it with whatever pinch of salt you like, but they seem not as harsh to undo, which is quite nice. And then again, could be placebo, entirely possible. That's the bed itself. That is, you can stick this on. This is like a, basically the same as that crepe stuff. That crepe tape, is that the actual thing? I'm not sure if this is glass. I think it's glass. I actually, before I do that, I'm gonna clear up my rubbish over here and like actually put it in properly so I can use that as kind of somewhat of a second bench. It's not what to put a lot of, as you can probably imagine. Which it means I can actually get out if I need to. Which is also useful. I'm not expecting a fire or anything, but better to have an escape route. Right, I'll put this over here then. It's the glass. And go over there. There. Right. Something else. That there, I'd like to. I've got a Phillips on here. I'll do that. I think. Just must have just come slightly loose in shipping. There we go. Got a nice long thing on it. These are all. They seem to be all like tightened all the way down. So that one might be indicate why that one had come loose, because he hadn't been tightened as much as the others, and then just in shipping, rattle, rattle, rattle. Didn't come off though, which is good. So we'll get you over there. A bit of shame about that slight mark there, but oh no, what am I talking about? Bit of a shame about that mark there. That's where they've obviously assembled it to test whether everything was working fine, and then disassemble. Yeah, so forget what I said about that. That is nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just where the gantry sits. Yes, you are an idiot, Will. Right then. Oh no, we need to use our. Should we use our new clippers to undo these? Oh, they're very good clippers. Oh, very nice indeed. Yes, very good. 10 out of 10 for clippers. I actually kind of like having just this as just black, in a way. It does look quite professional. Are you professional? To get the reference. Oh, I didn't notice that before. They actually put like a bit of foam in. That's why the cable ties were there. Just to keep the lead screws from. I'm not going to do what I did last stream and hit myself in the head. But yeah, it's just to get the lead screws nice and straight. That's a nice touch. Again, these little things which you seem to get with the real thing that you don't with the copies. And it's again, it's like all of it's nothing too major. It's just nice kind of touches and things like that. Just attention to detail to make sure like parts can't get damaged in shipping and that kind of thing, which is quite nice. So, I'm guessing that. Oh yes, one thing we want to do before that is just to check underneath these. Careful. Make sure these are all like we did last time. Make sure these are slightly. That one's alright. A tiny bit loose. That one's very loose. So we just might as well nip these up while we're at it. Yeah, I was right. Like, in that other one, that's another thing noticed. Well, there's actually this. I don't know. Seems like this seems like insulation. I don't know if it is, but in the other one, it didn't seem to have that. It just had the bed that heated. So maybe this helps heat up quicker or something. I'm not going to claim I know what I'm talking about because I really don't. But so this was a loose one, wasn't it? We're not going to just loosen the wrong one, are we? No, that's too big one. That was another one. Little ball head ones as well, so it's kind of doesn't matter which angle you're at, which is quite nice. We got the wrong. Maybe it's bigger than I thought. It's probably I think it's the big one. Yes, it is the big one. See, that didn't take much adjusting at all. A tiny bit more. That one's good. It's good. That one's could be more. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one a tiny bit more. Right. Well, he was actually a little bit loose. That's nice. Just a tiny bit more on you. Yeah, this. Get on there, man. Yeah, going back to what I was saying before. I kind of got sidetracked with the heated bed thing. On the other one, these were actually underneath. They were kind of like there was like that, and then there was the plate, and then there was another piece. But if you can imagine the other way up, and why am I doing that one? I've done that one. And I was looking to put this on there to tighten it up, and I couldn't understand why it wasn't there. In the guide I was watching, they are exactly where they are here. If that makes sense. Oh, okay. That one doesn't have an adjuster on it. Oh, what does that one? Oh, okay. The ones at the back don't seem to have. So if I don't suppose the ones in the middle need to be that precise. If I tighten this one a tiny bit more. I mean, that's almost there. If I turn them a tiny bit. No, that's fine. I'm happy with that. I don't want to go too mad with it because I don't want nothing too tight. Just gonna all that try again. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe a tiny bit more on you. Actually, I'm going to loosen this one slightly. Yeah, because now they're all. They all move. Well, apart from that one. But there's no play, which is nice. So yeah, I'm going to go. That's as far as I'm going to go. Because all you want to do is just make sure these are all a good contact, and that means nothing can move, and it gives you the best quality possible in your printings. If I turn you back over, because you do the same on this here, but I'll probably wait until that's actually attached before you start adjusting that one. So, oi 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 oi, I see you. How's it going? Aren't you working today? That's me brother. Say hello, everybody. Just say hello to me brother, Mr. Chris Caddy over there. What am I doing? My head. Oh, bleeding now. Everyone should just like. By the way, everyone, go in, just kick him up the back end because he's gonna start his own channel, and he hasn't done it yet. So just everyone say, come on, hurry up, we want to see your videos. Everyone say that. That way round, Will. Oh, hang on, there's another. I've missed a 2 cable ties. I'll hold it like that, and then probably cursing me now. So, no, he needs to kick up the back end. That's what he needs. Categories as well. Just saying. Right, that's pretty handy, those clippers that they provide with it. Really nice indeed. The wrong way around, well. Marvellous. So that's good. I suppose that was all for shipping stuff. To make sure it was all nice and secure when it was shipped. Cool, so now we're on the old, the boltings. No, I haven't. I normally do. But, hey, hang on a minute, why are you both, I can just say, both him, me brother I mean, and John said the exact same things in both of the streams, saying, oh, have you broken it yet? I resent that. Like, wholeheartedly resent the implication that I break stuff. Stop rocking. That is at the back and that is at the front. Right, yeah. Just making sure. Miss. No, that's. Is that in? And please know that's what she said, jokes. Well, I might add one. Go on, just give me your best shot. Whilst I'm pulling my hair out. I'm gonna get this to line up. things as well. That might help. Oh, is that going the right? But I'm just screwing the wrong way. Entirely possible. Something seems to be happening. Yes, we got it. Yes, I'll give you fucking knows the score. Right, how do I? Are you in? Yeah, he's in. Yes, that's what she said. I know the score on that front as well. What if I just thought I dropped something there? It's just the wire. Power. There. I need you, and I need another one of you. Yeah, that was perfect. That was. Where's the other one gone? Where did it? Oh, come here, you swine. Yeah, did you hear the saga about the print? I think I told you, didn't I? About it being a clone. That is the wrong one. About the other one being a clone. I'm not. I'm just going to continue screwing. So I had to work out which way was Titan. And then I think I've just still got it wrong. Did I just get it wrong? Yes, I did. Goodness sake. Well, it's upside down, isn't it? So it's not. It's lefty, tighty, righty, loosey. In this case, so I need to go left on this one to tighten him. If I can get the, I'm making the hole. Yep. I'm not going too mad. Just nipping it up, as they say. Yeah. I don't want to thread anything or round anything. Ooh, round anything out or break anything. You know what I mean? It's just that would again end in lots of crying, swearing, screaming, and many things like that. Left. Not the right, is that right? Yeah, counterclockwise. Sharper than he looks. What do you mean? Oh, he's behind you. Who's behind you? Who's behind me? Ah! Oh dear. That just proves that still isn't right. I just had like a imagine like when you bang your elbow or something like that and you get that shoot up your arm. Well, I just had that in my hand because of the op I had. Still not perfect, but it's getting better, which is the main thing. do any heavy things still, but it's quite good. Right, so those are in. Now we need to check see whether if I can do that is that a good angle? Is that kind of a good angle? See if I can move these. I'll put those in a minute. Just want to check, make sure. To be honest, they all seem pretty good. There's only one on the bottom, I didn't realise that. Yeah. Yeah, no, those are actually fine. We'll don't need to change anything there. That's good, that saves me a job. I had to actually adjust the other one, which is rather good. Right then, just these. Support pieces. That's what I couldn't think what I was trying to say. What's far behind? Oh yeah, it will be, because I've got the stream set to high quality, so there's probably about 10-15 second delay from the stream to what I'm actually saying. So if you were playing games, you could put it on ultra fast, which would lower the quality, but obviously, yeah, things would be more instant. But in this case, I'd rather have quality over synchronization, if that makes sense. So if I don't see anything or I replied late, then you know why. Right, so yeah, anyway, these need to go on now, so I need to see. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I'm sure it's the same side as this one where the actual, or is it? That's supposed to be. I don't think that might be to the side actually. Yes. 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 Okay. Oh no, hang on a minute. No, it is right. I'm just an idiot. Okay. Useful to know. Cool. So that goes on to that. So we need to put all these facing the right way. If you're interested, if you didn't see the last one, they just literally lock into the grooves in the extrusion. Incidentally, this is 2020 extrusion, so 20mm by 20mm, and it's extruded with these pieces. Well, these is actually thicker. This is like 20 by 40, I think these are. But the normal pieces like this is 2020, and it slots in, so you can slot components in. So you have a nut your thing in, or like a type of nut that goes in all the way, and then you slide it on. These are designed so they kind of just lock in. But when you've got an open bar, you can get nuts that just slide in, and then you tighten, and then it locks into the extrusion. Very useful for like robotics and that kind of thing. If you're interested in anything that's kind of robotic-y and you want to see more about like this kind of stuff, then is this the right Allen key? I think it is. That was a good guess. Check out X-Robots. He is a very awesome YouTuber and was what gave me a lot of my inspiration to do my robot, as well as just absolutely loving Robot Wars anyway. But it was him that I was actually looking at his experience about pneumatics, because he primarily works in like motors and servos. He does like and he's also written open source code and things like that to just convert normal brushless motors into servos essentially, which is really awesome. And he's releasing it all, the code and everything, for nothing, which I think is just legendary. Like, because for the community of like people that want to do like these hacky robots and Arduinos and all that kind of thing, having the code that's already available that somebody's already writ saves you so much time. And the fact it's open source, it can be improved, worked upon by anybody, and re-released to be even better. Like, not saying it's not amazing already, but it is. These need to be loosened just slightly. But you can make improvements or change it to exactly what you need at that particular time. It's very awesome indeed. These have been tightly tightened in the factory. So I need something to grasp hold of there. That one's tight as well. They were worried about losing stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna need something to grab hold of them. Now I have a odd pair of pliers looking around. I'm sure I have something here, but again, it's always in here, and in here is not very helpful. Oh, there they are. Give it a bit. No. I'm good. Rant over. Right. So I just need to hold these. They're just really tight in the whole thing's turning, so to loosen them I just need to have a bit of leverage. Perfect, see? That's all it needed. But yes, definitely go check him out. Not that he needs a shout out, because he's already doing a few 100,000 subscribers or more. But I like to give credit to the channels and the people that really inspire me the most and have been the most useful. That and Maker's Muse, I watch a lot of him, and I've mentioned a lot of him, I think, in other videos. He's legendary in the world of 3D printing. So, if you like what you see here, or you want to see someone someone actually knows what they're doing, I shouldn't say that. I do know what I'm doing, but I'm like, he's had like years upon years of experience, so he's like, when it comes to 3D printing and stuff like that, he's one of the go-to guys you go to for knowledge. And his channel is awesome. And again, he's another one that helped a lot with my robot and stuff, because not only did he do a combat robot guide on Robo Wars Australia, which was, I don't know if it was apparently was part of, or where he started with that and then changed to Maker's Muse to do more of the 3D printing. I'm not really sure on that front, but he started on there and then went to doing Maker's Muse and stuff. But on there, he did a complete guide of how to get started doing a featherweight, which has just been absolutely invaluable. And but then on top of that as well, he's been doing on Maker's Muse, been doing projects like showing you how to model. And one of the models he showed you how to model, makes sense, was actually the exact speed controller I was using for my robot. So I was able to follow his guide exactly and produce something really really good. And also I plan on doing a few upgrades, well, not really upgrades, a few tweaks to suit my needs of the actual model itself, which I might upload as a remix. Let me know if anybody's interested in that. But yeah, that's done. But yes, very good. Both Maker's Muse and X Robots, very excellent. I also watch Joel from 3D Printing Nerd as well. He does just some really awesome projects, because he's got like big printers like this as well. He did like a full-size lion, like, you know, the one, I don't know how to describe what it's actually called, but it's like a lion and it prints. Imagine this is your build plate, and it prints like a cylinder around the lion, which has all the strings going to. And then you break all that off with a knife or something, take the cylinder off, and then the actual thing, you take a heat gun and you basically comb it into a mane, and it looks so good. That's like one of the things I've been meaning to do for a while, just because the model is so awesome. But blooper reel, why? Are you? Hang on a minute. Yes, well, I'm trying to. If I'm not ranting, the messages. Yeah, are you reading this as soon as you're getting them? Yes, as soon as I actually see them, because the computer's to my right and I'm looking forward. Seems more like 5 minutes. It's off. It's more like a minute, I suppose. Also, doesn't help that the internet's not the fastest as well. I mean, if you break anything, blooper reel. Yes, okay. I'll see you in a bit if you're still there, because I didn't actually notice you were saying you were going. But yes, I'll catch you later, and I'll let you know how things go. Also, yes, I'll make you a pink line. How about that? Because I've been looking for an excuse to print one anyway. So, just blanked now. What am I doing? Oh yeah, wires now. Like, that's essentially the structure done, which is like, this is why it's so awesome. This printer is just it's so easy to put back together, and then just a few. I'm gonna get another bottle. This PTFE tube will go into here, so I need to just slice that. Do I need to really undo that, or shall I keep that on and then just have this so it pokes into there as a, because that kind of keeps the wire out the way as well. Yeah, well, I'll leave it on, and then if it becomes an issue later on, we can always take it off. So that's pushed all the way in. Seems all the way in. We'll see how that goes as well. Yes. So that's done. Right. So it's just a bit of wiring up now. So that's the bed. I'm gonna need the control box now. These tools are. I might need the screwdriver. Screwdriver might be handy to just nip a few things in, like the little connectors and things. But in terms of these little tools and things, they're all good. They can go aside for a moment. And then the box. Yeah, one thing to check as well. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be set to the right one. If I actually look the right direction. Yeah, 230. Basically, go to the dentist. No. Here, there's between 230 and 115, which is depending on whether you're like European or US or whatever it is, and well, it's US and Europe / UK, and you want to make sure that's set to the right one, because if that isn't set to the right one, things blow up and you get the magical blue smoke, as as Adam Savage said. So yes, make sure you get it right. I think in this instance it's probably be better if I actually turn it around the opposite way, the way it started with. Here, because I think most of the connections are at the side or at the back. So, yeah, most of the connections are here. So I'll leave it around this way, and hopefully you can see not too badly. And then I'll turn this around. We'll have these poking out this way, so we can see what we're doing. Probably do the bed, one of the beds last or whatever, but this is filament detector. So that's Oh, I'd forgotten about that actually. That's over here. Where did I put it? I left it in the box, didn't I? I think I left it in the box. We'll do that last anyway, but I want that handy, so I'll grab it now. And all the banding. I hate banding. I use banding at work, it's annoying. So we'll use that one to probably like until last. Make sure the others are in secure first. You've been here the whole time, just getting lunch and sorting stuff. Fair enough. You're ranting. What was I ranting? I don't remember what I've been doing. What was I ranting about? That is the X. So now I need to think again now. I'm sure X, Y, and Z. Right. So yeah, that would make sense. Because Y would have an extra thing on it. What's this one? That's Z, so that's the bed. So that would be... no, that's not the bed. Egypt. I'm guessing this one is the other Z. Yeah. So I think the shorter one goes this side, longer one goes to the other side, I would imagine. Yeah. Because that's pretty much the only way it can go. Because of this short one, and that goes to both of those. That's going. We've sorted that out. This is the Y. So that goes to the back. That's that one. This is... I've forgotten already. Z. So this needs to go on this lead screw, going upwards here. So this side, and then the longer one goes to the other side, and then we got that. So let's start with here then. We get the old motors plugged in. Running nicely. Where's the sensor? Yeah, I remember this one. This one was the awkward, as it goes up into. Because most of the boards are actually the same, but they do seem to give you the longer cable. Ooh, did I just? That was blind. Look, that was amazing. So can I fit that under? To be honest, there's a long enough cable so it doesn't actually need it on this one. The other one, I had to like slide it underneath the bit where the bit was. Doesn't make any sense at all. Nicely, that the Z isn't loose on this one, which is wonderful. Okay, so that's one half of the part of the Z done. This one's that. This one's the other half of the Z. I'll wait until I turn around to look for the Z. Why? Not why. Why? Why, Delilah? Sorry. I was just I'm in one of them moods today. Why? This one, isn't it, dickhead? Of course it is. Okay, well, fine then. I'll put this under here because this is going to be thingy, and then we'll put that in. Sorry, is it that way? I think. Yeah. These cables are a lot like easier to plug in. They seem to be a lot nicer fit, which is quite nice indeed. So that plugged in. They're all going in so well. This is just a much nicer experience than the. I mean, there's not a lot different. Like, don't get me wrong, there's not a lot different, but it's just I don't know what it is. This is just a nicer experience I've had this time than before. Like, just subtle changes, like with those bed rollers, and where the positioning of the adjusting was on there was a lot easier. The fact that I didn't need this plugged in constantly to the box, like it wasn't just hardwired in constantly, and I had that separate and things like that is just wonderful. Just little things, please, little little minds, and little trousers got a little behind. Anyway, we're moving on. So, right now I've forgotten where I've got the extruder. I'm sure that one's E. That one's extruder, so that one's definitely this one here. You can go in there. Then I've got this that was definitely the Z one. Where's the Y one? It's there. Where's the little plug for it? Is it there? Is that? I can't actually see. And oh dear, I can't actually see where that is. Okay, we'll leave that one for a moment. We'll get the, at least get the extruder. That's the Y one, yeah. Get that one plugged in. But why? This was a little bit more difficult because I can't really see. So I'm just going to leave it up. I'm very gentle with it. That's that way around, yeah. There we go. You're in. Now where it is the little plug for the filament sensor? No, the filament sensor's there. The Z switch. Let me just tilt him this way if I can. Put him up. I don't think that's gonna touch on that. It's not. That's good. It was. Hang on a minute. If I think about it, if it's anywhere like the other one I did, it's actually, if I remember, through into there. Yes, it bloody well is, and it's always a swine. That's what it is. It's a swine. Does this cover come? Oh, see it. Now that's all. It's got to be able to. Let me just indulge me for a second. I'm going to find. No, that's my camera. That's not it. Where are you? There. If you haven't got one of these and you do this sort of work, they're amazing. It's a head torch, basically. That allows you to see. Yes, I can see fine now. That's perfect. Just because it's just a case of plugging it straight in, which sounds easy, but I have a feeling might be somewhat difficult if I could take the support of that. Oh, bollock. Where's that little screwdriver? Yeah. Don't say anything about my nothing. I'm going to hold up there long enough. I can just nip him with the screwdriver. There we go. See, there's method in the madness. But yeah, definitely invest in anything like this that needs light exactly where you want to look at, which sounds daft, but you know what I mean. Exactly where you need it, but then you can't physically get it there from another source. Head torch. Wonderful invention. Right. Oh. Stay there. I think that's mostly it. I mean, oh no, hang on a minute. There's the other Z, which I run it underneath the other one, but this one's that long. I might actually just run it around the back, and then I can adjust where I want cables to run. See, is that it there? That's it there. I can adjust it when it's in place, mainly, basically, whatever I'm talking about. See, that's in. Now it's just a case of plugging the old these in, which doesn't seem to have a. I think it's just different. Yeah, different. Just a different pin layout, and then it can only go in. I assume it can only go. Yeah, because of the groove, it can only go in one way, and then there's different pin layouts for each one, so you can't physically get it wrong, unless you are me, which is entirely possible. There's a cutout there. Might well be at the top. Yeah, let's try the top. Yeah. No, it had to be one of them. That's one. Nice and nipped up. We've just got to do the filament sensor after this. But I'll get these cables in first. That's what I'm thinking about it. And again, I'm guessing this is going to be much of the same, so it'll be at the top. Oops. He says. Oh, it went in. Seems to have gone in. There we go. So that's in, that's in. Just the filament sensor now. Filament detector. It's just a little board that's connected to. I'm sure it says somewhere in this. I best have a look. I think that might be just some sort of. No, that's wrong. That's. Oh yeah. I got a wine voucher with it as well. Oh, it's over here. There we are. Ah! Yay! Not going good. Nope, nope. Oh, I'll keep that there just in case. Okay, so remove the filament test shortboard. Oh, it's just a test shortboard. Take out the filament detection switch from the toolbox. I'm guessing that if for whatever reason you don't want to hook the filament sensor up, I assume you then stick the test board on it. That would make sense, because then that way that would just allow it to continue. That just would make the connection just all the time. So that needs to be kept safe in case I, for whatever reason, don't want the filament sensor in there. Which I don't know when I would not want. Maybe if it just the plastic on it breaks or something like that, in the unlikely event, then I might want it. But yeah, it's good to know. So we need to take the little test shortboard off. He says it's coming. Don't want to bust it. I just want it to be useful in the future. There. And then this goes on to the that one, yep, into the filament sensor, and I'm pretty sure it's just a case of you run your filament through that hole, and then this fits on here, and it literally just clips on. It's just a pressure fit. which I'm sure there's got to be like Thingiverse. Is that right? Or is it that way? No, it's definitely not that way. It's got to be this way. There's got to be sort of Thingiverse upgrades for that, because it literally it's only a pressure bit. Not bad, to be fair. It does hold. But there's got to be Thingiverse upgrades. But yeah, you run your filament through there, and then it'll stop your print if you run out, which is cock on, like. That's it for the main assembly. So if everyone wants to just like tune out now, you can do. But I believe I'm gonna put the blue stuff in dropped loads of stuff on the floor. Oh, and I need to put the bed back on, obviously. The actual the glass bed then. But let's see, is this lengthed or is it just one strip? I think it's just one strip, but we need to get it open, so let's try it. I really like these cutters. I'm a big fan of that, because I have some, but they're nowhere near as good as that. Yeah, it's just one big long piece. Look, so we'll have to do some measuring. So where do we want it? Well, we need to. Well, first off, I need to turn you around so all the wires are facing the right direction. I want to turn it to face us. But that's going down the back. I don't want you going down the back. Stop going down the back. Right. Ow. 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 My finger. Yeah. No, main assembly done. So if you're not bothered about aesthetics, then this is done, and done. So if you're watching in like after now and you're just looking at assembly, that kind of thing, then thank you very much for watching. And all the jazz about like liking, commenting, and subscribing, all that lovely stuff. Thank you. So I need to. Will this cut it? I'm sure it was. They wouldn't actually put it. Mind you, I could probably. Scissors might do a better job because they go wider. Oh, fucking cable ties everything. Get in the bin. So I cut it just farther. And I've got a bit of wiggle room. Too much wiggle room, actually. But it works. If I get the end in first, and then when I push that down, it will just go level. Yeah, that works well. I think I'll put in like a little bit less, but that works out rather well. I didn't cut that very straight, did I? Probably doesn't help. That's better. And then make it as straight as possible. Again. That one was a lot better. That one was. That worked out well. Nice blue. I notice you can't actually see a lot of this. Looking at it, looking at it now because the bed's just sat in the way. Move that all the way back. Then there you go. Did I just turn? I think I just like ran some power through the thing and started to turn on. But yeah, here are the nice things. Not going to do the middle obviously because the belt runs and stuff through that and the pulleys. Do this other side. I think you can do up here as well. But I'm pondering. How much have I got? I've got a lot, to be fair. But what I'll do, I'll turn this around. I'll move this over a bit so you can see, and can I tilt that down a little bit so you can see? Yeah, there we go. You can see what I'm doing a lot better now. Right, so yeah, all I'm doing is putting it into all. Like sliding it in, make sure it's into the corner, and just pushing it in. Like this was all done for you on the other one, which is surprising from a clone. Like you'd think the clone, mind you though, this is one of the fun parts, so it's entirely possible that it's an intended thing by Creality too. So it gives you a bit more of an enjoyable time when you actually assemble it. Just a bit extra thing to drop that now. I want you to slide it. That was a really dodgy angle. There we go. That should fit in lovely. Mostly. Hang on. I find with these, if you get the edge in first and then push down, it then just sits itself into place. Nice. There you go. Perfect. See? Which is marvellous. And I've dropped it. So where's the... I made a right hash of that cut, didn't I? Bleeding now. There we go. Make sure it's nice and straight. It's hard to get the thing, I think, the scissors straight when you're in that situation. Get in. You're in. From your left hand. My right's still a bit sore. Now, and then that was better. That was a straighter cut. Pull you out slightly. Push that in. Push it down. That one was pretty much perfect. That one was. Yeah. So we need to turn him around to the back now. Slowly. Powering itself up again. I think I'll turn this back around how I had it before. So nothing's being stretched. Which is definitely what you want. No, don't know cables getting broke. No. What have you done? Oh, it needs to be this side, doesn't it? Like this side. There we go. Try to put the cable as well. I can cable man. I'll put some like cable ties and things around here in a bit. Where's my skizzers? How are we looking? Can you see? Move a bit way this way. Should be able to see both sides now, hopefully. There we go. These are a lot shorter, these ones are. These are the ones that probably don't matter as much because the bed's going to be covering it most of the time, but let me skizzers. I wonder if these are only better at cutting this, just out of interest. Probably is if you actually get it lined up well. Yeah, they're very good at cutting them actually. The other thing is they're not as easy to line up, so I think I'll stick with the scissors. But they cut really well, and that's very nice indeed. Could work in Creality factory. Got a production line. Mind you, it'd probably get old after a while, wouldn't it? Like the novelty wears off. Yeah, that's underneath everything else. I'll do some adjusting there. But for now, I'll move that in. There we go. Nice blue. It was between this and orange, and I think I prefer the blue. But you can actually only get 2 colours for this, surprisingly. Unless there's any other companies doing aftermarket ones, which I couldn't find, unfortunately. I did look, because I am quite interested in customising colours and things like that. But as it stands, I couldn't find anything. I didn't really know what these are called. Like, I know they're just colour strips, but if you search for that, you find a lot of companies doing the blue and the orange, but not any others, unfortunately. Right. Now the interesting bit. I'm going to turn this around again. Oh, do we want to do this? Do we want to do this back piece as well? I think we do, because nothing runs along it. So, yeah, we'll do this back piece as well. And we do the front to match. See, the sky's the limit with this stuff. Well, until you run out of it, of course. It's pretty much right to the end, so do that. That worked out rather well. That done it, yes. What's that? Dun, 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 dun. Get in, get in. You lovely, lovely thing. What about? There we go. So if I done that, I've pushed that one in a bit too far, but he's at the back, so I don't suppose it matters too much, but there we go. There we go. Marvellous. How much have we got left? We've got loads. So I suppose they measure out enough to be able to do all the main stuff. We'll do the top as well, maybe, if we've got enough. There's no point doing the back, because you won't ever see this part of the back. You'll probably see this if you look down onto the bed and the bed's moving, so that's why you want to do this bit. But the rest of it, probably not. So if we turn him around again. Christ. Use the big one around here. Back there. Cool. Right. All right, Tanya. We'll do this bit as well. Because we want all this historical match and stuff. I'd forgotten about that. Where did we put that there? Where did I get to? This bit, I think. Oh, then it matters too much, I'm going to be honest. So you slot into there. Nice and cosy. There we go. Another nice one done. And the same this side. The phone ringing downstairs. That's probably my uncle. Was that? Well, I haven't done that bloody printer yet. That's what he'd be saying. But yes, definitely. You know me too well. Also realise you're going to watch this and be like, they aren't. Marvellous. So that's done. I suppose the uprighty bits now. But the only thing is I do want to make sure if they go into this upright piece that they push in all the way. Because I don't want to like use. I'm not going to use it here, and the only reason I'm going to use it here is because there's a bigger gap. Because here, like some people put them here as well, but it tends to rile up on the extruder head and stuff. So I'd rather just put it just there, if we're good enough, then across the top. But I'll probably do the top one first because that's the that's the easiest. And then we'll see how much we got left. There we go. Cutty. Stand up for this so I can see. This one a bit longer, just because he's exposed all the way, so I want it to go tuck into that end piece nicely, which seems to have worked rather well. There we go. It's the top piece done. And then, how much have we got? I've got enough to do one strip, 2 strips, 3 strips, and 4 strips. I do, and then some. So we're alright, definitely alright to do those bits. It's nice that they give you enough. Yes, right, so let's be best start at the bottom and just like slide it through, and then there, like that. And what I'll do as well, when when I switch it on, I'll stick the, I'll move the extruder up, and I'll make sure that is all pressed in. There's that one piece there, because obviously I can't quite get to it where it is. But I can push it as far as it will go. Unless I can actually move, I could move the Z, but I'd rather do it when it's on, and just have it so like on the 1mm setting, and just move it up gently. And then I'll push that into place. That's what I'll do. Seems like a plan. So if you're doing this yourself and you're watching this, then it seems to be a good idea. And then you will be good. Actually, I cut that a bit long, really, didn't I? Cut a bit more off. It's better to leave too much and then have to cut some off than having to put some back on, which you can't do. So yeah, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. As long as all that's pushed in, obviously apart from down here, which I'm going to have to do, I'll push that in after, and I'll just move the, like I say, move the extruder up. So that'll be fine. That end is diabolical. No wonder it didn't fit very well at the top. And that is as well. There we go, that's better. Getting attacked. It's like a big snake. So that's it. I want to slide through. How do you slide through? What's there? Stopping you. Oh, it's sticking up at the end. That probably won't help. I'll plug that down in. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think the way that pushed in, that almost might be pretty much fully in the slot anyway, but I'll check after the fact anyway. Hello? Thank you. It's probably my dad giving me coffee. Very nice of him. Very nice of him indeed. My family are very nice. You should like comment down below, but like hashtag epic dads. Epic dads and epic uncles and epic aunts. I know that's a lot, but yeah, you get the point. That's all in. Cool. Right. I'm gonna go and get that coffee. 1 second. Oh. there was bringing me a caramel coffee. I've not had caramel coffee before. You don't know what you're missing. It is Doughy Egbert. Doughy. I don't know quite how to pronounce it. Doughy Egbert. Doughy Egbert. Very nice indeed. Hashtag epic. Oh yes, and hashtag epic girlfriends too. And well, no, hashtag epic awkward girlfriends. She's gonna hit me now. Excuse me. This should pretty much be the perfect amount here. There we go. There we go. That one went in a lot easier. I mean, there's actually some debate about whether this stuff hinders your printer, like if it rolls on this or anything. But I've seen a hell of a lot of YouTubers that have CR10s with the actual stuff still on. So I'm like, it can't be that detrimental. Else everyone would take it off, wouldn't they? But again, this is the opinion of one person, one idiot, or some idiot. Hashtag my other channel. It ruined it. Yeah, I may have ruined it. Well, am I wrong though? Come on, you even admit it yourself. Even sliding in, not easier. Giggity. As he says that, it then gets all stuck and doesn't want to go in. Again, that's also what she said. Ow, ow, ow. Idiot. Ye olde idiot. There we go. Just the last cut, and then I've got a bit left over. I don't quite know what to do with it. Maybe do it along like the top, right inside of this. I can't go all the way along because the screws are here, but do it slightly longer because I was a tiny bit short on that last one. It's probably too long now. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, a bit. It's fine. A bit more. Tiny bit more of him. Go away, you. Yes. Also, I should give a shout out to my dad also for the fact that he was the one that pretty much bought me my first 3D printer for a Christmas present. So, both hashtag epic uncle, epic father, epic mother, epic girlfriend, all that. I'm going to get this trending on Twitter. That's what we should do. And no, you cannot have coffee. I know I'm not. Hey, I'm not wrong. And well, you can have coffee if you've got some. As you'll have to totally get here. Right. Do I want to put the last strip on? Where do I want to put the last strip? Some people put it here. And I'm like, because that's right against there. Mind you though, there is a big gap there. We could we actually could. I suppose let's just see how much room there is. There is actually a lot. And actually, do you know what? I can actually, because I can put that through here. If I move that, slot it into place, and push that through. See, it gets it. Oh no, Will, use your edge, Will. Push that in there, slide it across, then you can. There we go. But except we don't want that going all the way on this one. Too far again. Too far again. Too far again. There! Stay! Put this in here. But the best thing is, because I can actually move this, I can push that in all the way and we'll see when that becomes an issue. I don't think it will. I think it actually is. There's enough gap there. Yeah. I think we'll put one across here. I think that's what we'll do. So we'll cut him a bit longer just to make sure. I'll just drop that. And then will that slide in under? It will, but it's still a bit too long. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work well. There we are. Drop slightly there, I think. But I'm pushing all that in now. But that's right at the edge, and we won't actually ever be printing right there. There, maybe, max. What are you rubbing on? I think it might be just the cable. Don't actually think that's related. I think that's something else. As long as it doesn't roil up on that, that's the main thing. Which it doesn't. Yeah, we got one tiny section left. Which I don't think is long enough for anything, really. Oh, it might be. Do you know what? That is actually quite marvellous. It's just long enough to set that top bit off there. Although I want that further across. Somewhat in the middle. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. And if you get that reference, you win a sweetie. Right. If you, most people aren't even going to be old enough to remember what that means. You should go and get some caramel coffee. I like the way this is only taking me. It's taking me less time to build this. And I had to put all the edging stuff in as well than the last one. But then I didn't really know that much what I was doing last time. I do want to check though before I put the bed on, just exactly where this crepe stuff goes, whether it stick on, where it folds out, whatever. Might be worth having a look just to make sure. Yep, full instructions, whatever. strip. Yeah, I've done all the strip. I've done that one. Yeah, we pretty much put it everywhere that they recommend putting it. Because I've just looked in here. You see the there, the image. Bottom left. Or bottom right for you. Or bottom right for everyone. It's just me getting it wrong. The actual cable connections, I've done that. The bed itself, I'd like to know installation, because it comes with that crepe stuff, whether that's supposed to be used for bed service, because these are all the settings, and it is good. They give you a lot of information about best and like cure, that kind of thing. Not really anything on that crepe stuff though, but it was underneath the bed. Because it's like two pieces, almost like two pieces to stick on. And I'm not sure whether you stick it on the glass or this is something I'll work out later, but let's just get the, just so we can get the final effect. Let's take the cellophane off of here. It's static. Get off me! Look at that. Nice piece of glass. Rounded edges. This is definitely a higher quality tempered, whatever it is, glass it is, than the was with the other one. But yeah, I won't put the bits on yet because I'm going to find out what's the form is with the crepe stuff. But I'm not sure if that goes underneath as insulation on this, or to stop this from getting scratched, or where you. I know you can print directly onto glass because it gives you a lovely mirror finish if you get the settings right, which is wonderful. But I just want to double check where exactly the crepe paper, crepe, whatever it is, goes. And then we'll be printing stuff. But yeah, I think that pretty much concludes the building of this printer. I hope you can see. Let me do a bit of a flyby like I did before. I say flyby, you know what I mean. There's the thing itself. And bring it far enough back to get the whole thing. See all the junk in my shelf. But yes, went rather well. I put that back where it kind of was. Am I now? Yeah, that's alright. Went rather well. Took less time this time, and I had more to do. So I suppose that just goes with not quite sure what I was doing at first, and then this time, obviously slightly better design things, that kind of stuff, I suppose. But yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching. Very much for sticking around and enjoying this with me. I suppose hopefully in the next few videos I'll do the test prints and things like that, and I'll do some little videos and things like that. And I've also got some of this rigid ink. There we are. They sent me a sample, which is very nice. It's nice, free sample. I think it says somewhere there was free sample, smiley face here at the top. Of this, and I didn't ask for magenta, which is amazing. I really like magenta, so we'll try that out. That one's trying as well. It actually prints at a much lower temperature than regular PLA. It actually prints at 180 degrees, and a maximum, it's optional, but a maximum of 45 degrees on the bed. So I'm guessing rigid ink is like they're going for quality, like really good quality. So I suppose if you're printing props or anything like that, it would look awesome. And then we've got all this to go through anyway, so for testing, which is all PLA that come with it. So videos to come, testing this, testing stuff, robot stuff, and all that lovely stuff. But yeah, thanks everyone. Start again. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. And I'm just reading the chat. What's this? Delboy? Delboy? Why am I Delboy? I think he said it. What did he say? I know he says he who dares wins, but I'm not sure. Oh, you mean for the reference? What did I say? I can't remember. Help me out here. What did I say the reference was? Just wait for the stream to come in. Perfect. Oh, no, yeah, you are right with the actor Del Boy, but not actually Del Boy. If you're interested, that reference was Darling Buds of May, and it was David Jason that said perfect in that. But anyway, thanks again everyone for watching, and I shall see you in the next video or stream. Ta-ta!
You standing by me, counting our sins, ready here, waiting that rain out on the hill, holding a breath. Tears fall to the ground, hearing no sound.
I'm an idiot. I forgot a bit. Forgot to put the filament holder on. Hang on. This is an extra bit for you. That's what I'm doing. It is just an extra bit. Just cause lovely stream people and stuff. I'm just looking now. I'm like, what are you doing, you tit? Okay, I'm guessing just one of these sides comes off. Why am I holding on to the scissors? Go through here. Because that'll sit like that. So we'll do this side. Yep. But you weren't expecting that, were you? Over that, everyone's gone. It's fine. I don't blame anybody. This is my stupidity. Right. Up there. And then a few of these. Thumb screws. And then we'll be actually done. I've just dropped that. Done and dusted. I got the thing in the hole. Again, no comments. Oh God. Can I just line that up and then... There we are. The older thing, I might just nip them up with a screwdriver because it'd be easier. Yeah, not sure how much of that you saw, but basically it just that screwed into there. Yeah, I can just about see anyway. And then these little thumb screws, and then you're done, properly done this time. Not stupidly done, thought you were done, but actually not done. Done. Thanks everybody for watching. I shall see you next time. Ta-ta.
Waiting, not praying, waiting, not praying, waiting, not praying, waiting, not praying. Tears fall to the ground, making no sound.